Dawn on the highway. Red and blue light fills your mirror before you even finish pulling onto the shoulder. The officer walks up, looks in, and says 5 words that change everything. I'm going to call for a K-9. What you say in the next 10 seconds decides whether this turns into a 5-minute warning or 45 minutes standing on the gravel while a dog circles your car and an officer goes through your trunk. Most drivers freeze right here. Not because they did anything wrong, because nobody ever told them there's a clock running the moment those words leave his mouth. Here's what I'm giving you in this video. The exact sentence to say back to him. The Supreme Court case that makes that sentence work. And the one move he might still pull even after you say it perfectly. I'm shutting that down too before we're done. There's also a reason I'm giving you the law before I give you the words. Once you hear it, the sentence is going to make a lot more sense. Here's what most people never figure out about that moment on the shoulder. Calling for a dog isn't really about the dog yet. It's about buying time. And the second he says those words, a legal clock starts running, whether he realizes it or not. He's not sure if you've ever heard that. The second you go quiet and just wait it out, he's bought himself room he wasn't entitled to. You think you're being cooperative. What you're actually doing is handing him a gift.
But here's where it gets really interesting. The law is on your side, and he's counting on you not knowing it. Once an officer has what he needs for the stop, he can't stretch it out, not even by a few minutes, to wait on a dog, unless he already has real suspicion of something more. The Supreme Court settled that in Rodriguez versus United States. Extending a stop for a K-9 without separate suspicion violates the Fourth Amendment. If you didn't know that, subscribe now, because I post sourced rulings like this every week. If the dog's already there and the stop hasn't stretched 1 extra second, the sniff itself is fair game. That's Illinois versus Caballes. And the suspicion standard goes back to Terry versus Ohio. A hunch isn't enough. One word matters more than anything else here.
Time. You can't sit in silence and let minutes pile up. That gets called reasonable later. You can't argue with him either. That just hands him a new reason to stay. So what do you say instead? Write this down, say it calm, once. Officer, am I free to go, or am I being detained for something beyond this traffic stop? Free to go? You leave. No debate. Detained? He has to point to real suspicion, on the record, not just a dog he's waiting on. You don't have to win an argument on the shoulder of a highway. You just have to make him say the quiet part out loud. That's why I gave you the law first. It's why this sentence works. What if he says, "So you've got something to hide?" You say, calm. "No, I'm just asking if I'm free to go." You haven't lied. You haven't argued. You've made him answer the real question. And the move he might still pull even after you do everything right? Silence. He'll stand there, hoping you fill the gap. Don't. That clock from Rodriguez is still running, talking or not. The sentence alone is only half of it. What happens when he pushes back twice, or the dog shows up? That's its own video, and I'm building it now. Subscribe so it's already there when I drop it.